Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. And today I will be talking about 343 Industries and Halo Infinite, as well as the Master Chief Collection. So, it has been 7 months since Halo Infinite's release, and for the first month, everything was going well. There was a record high number of players, as well as a lot of buzz around future updates. But that did not last long. After about 2 months, people are getting restless about Season 1 of Halo Infinite's multiplayer, but we were still giving the developers of 343 a chance to add updates as well as more content. It first started out with people on Reddit complaining about how expensive everything was in the shop, including skins and colors. People were especially mad about the colors because we had to pay like $20 for the color blue. Understandably, people were upset, and some people got so upset that they started actually threatening developers, which was not good. In light of this, the moderators of the Reddit page had to lock down the page until the dust settled. After the dust had settled, Reddit was pretty quiet. People started to get a bit anxious again because 343 had still not done anything with the multiplayer, and the shop prices were still outrageous. 343 started saying that they didn't have a lot of time with the game and stuff like that, but people started to point out the fact that it would take them months to fix one little problem with the way many cosmetics looked. It seemed like at this time that their priorities were set in places where they shouldn't have been. After some quiet time, 343 finally came out and announced Season 2. At first, people were very excited. People were excited because they were promised co-op in the Halo campaign, as well as more multiplayer modes, and the shop was going to be better, and the cosmetics were going to be a lot better as well. We were also promised Forge. I feel like this is when the real problem started. It got to the point where Halo fans are getting restless, and they were saying to the developers that enough is enough. Basically at this point, the developers made a statement on Reddit basically saying that every time we criticize them, it's toxic, and that they need time for their mental health. A lot of people started calling out because at this point, it had been like 4 months since the game's release, and nothing really was changing. For me, I understand that they need to take some time off for mental health, but at the same time they promised us so many things, yet they're not keeping those promises. Remember, this is a company backed by Xbox, so they have basically unlimited resources. Unfortunately, before Season 2 officially came out, 343 announced that Forge would not come out, as well as the co-op campaign. Now it was at the point where they weren't even keeping their promises. They were saying that they were overwhelmed by everything, when in reality it seemed like they really weren't. They did keep their promise though of lowering prices in the shop, and keeping their promise to have more cosmetics in the Battle Pass. After 6 months, Season 2 finally released, and it was better than before, but not perfect. 343 kept on saying how much they cared about their community, and that they were going to fix everything, but it just seems like now that they just don't care. Seems like every time we criticize them, they have to say that, oh, it's for the mental health of our developers, or they come up with some other excuse, like they don't have time to do it. I could understand that, but what is rumored to happen to the Master Chief Collection changes that. So it seems like not enough people are interested in Halo Infinite anymore. So now 343 is going to backtrack and go back to Halo MCC. The problem with this though is that they're going to be ruining a good game. Remember, this game used to be really bad, and then it took them a while to fix it, and now Halo MCC is the perfect Halo experience. Now, because 343 is not making enough money on Halo Infinite, they are now going back to Halo MCC and adding microtransactions. What they are basically doing is replacing season points with Spartan Points. Basically right now with season points, we get these points by playing the game, basically, and completing challenges. Once we get a certain amount of points, then we can use these points to unlock cosmetics. To me, this is a great way to have more people to play the game and have fun without wasting any money. What 343 is now proposing to do is to replace these season points with Spartan Points, and the Spartan Points will be purchasable in their shop. And here is a direct quote from the developers. Over the years that the MCC has been continually supported with new content, the game now features well over 1,000 individual customization items spanning armor, attachments, nameplates, weapon and vehicle skins, armor effects, firefight voices, and more. That's quite a lot. For the players who are new to the MCC, or may have not have dedicated much time specifically to unlocking items during the seasonal updates, or are more completionists looking to catch the last outstanding items they need, we are internally exploring a potential new feature for the future in the form of purchasable Spartan Points. So basically they are saying that you don't need to play the game anymore, as long as you give us money, and I really don't like that. I know it's not going to give you an advantage if you buy a certain item, but it's kind of a slap in the face to the people who have played this game for years and years and worked their butt off to unlock these cosmetics. Now we're going to have new players just zipping past us in the battle pass on unlocking all this stuff that we could have unlocked by just playing the game. This clearly shows that they don't care about how many people are playing the game. They only care about getting people ahead of everyone else so then they can have more money. On top of this, you can earn these Spartan Points through leveling up, and that's great. But once you reach level 100, you can no longer earn Spartan Points. So if you're above level 100 in MCC, right now you cannot earn Spartan Points. I read this perfect comment on Reddit. They messed it up on launch, managed to do a good job, and fix it after 6 years. And now they're on a path to mess it up again. Another classic example of 3 steps forwards, 43 steps back. To finish off this video, I'm going to read off a list. And this list states some of the features in Infinite that we are still waiting for, despite constant requests. Forge. Full sandbox editing tools for game types. Multi-team. Already in game but locked from us. Infection. Files found in game but locked from us. Co-op. Cross-core armor or shaders. Progression system. Not getting shot through walls. Constant desync on even the Series X. Black loading screens and game crashes every 2 or 3 games. Getting kicked out of big team matches randomly. Getting kicked out of ranked matches before loading in. Not being able to rejoin ranked matches you get kicked or dropped from. Rockets and grenades disappearing or clipping through the environment entirely. No rank XP. Loss amnesty for ranked teammates quitting and throwing the game. No FFA ranked playlist. No ranked doubles. No rumble pit with friends. No input-based restriction for ranked playlists outside of solo/duo. No accountability for wall hackers not using aimbots. They go undetected. Loading screens look like a 360 demo. Gun jamming. Melee desync. Phase right through enemies and vice versa. Frame drops and teleportation randomly regardless of platform. No fix for theater mode. No fix for loading custom game types. And no comment on missing reach armor. So that is the current state of Halo Infinite. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching, and see you in the next video.